Less is simply more. This is the PC gaming philosophy I'm going to go off now, because I've gone back to a single gaming and work PC, as you can see behind me. And to be honest with you, I've got absolutely zero regrets. So this is why I went back to a single gaming PC and work PC setup. I guess I did it because I didn't want two PCs anymore, and yes, I know this sounds like a very first world problem. Originally, I split my gaming and work PC because I thought it would help me with a lack of distractions, or so to speak, something along those lines. And for a time it did work because I didn't have like Steam on my taskbar or anything like that, and the temptation just to easily play a game when I should be working. This worked for a while, but it got to the point where, say, I finished editing a video around noontime and I'm like, I kind of want a half an hour break here, let's play some Minecraft. To do this with two separate PCs, I had to turn it on, change the KVM display output, and I also had to sign into that PC and then load up Minecraft. This is kind of long, and it was like to the point where I just scrolled on my phone on like TikTok or Instagram Reels, which is very counterproductive, even compared to playing games in my opinion. So with a singular PC, I guess the simplicity is just there. I can just run up Minecraft after editing a video in the morning and play for around half an hour if I wanted to. It's really not that hard. The PC specs, if you're wondering, I'm rocking an Intel i7-13700K, which is an absolute furnace of a processor, but I've got a new cooler coming for it, so make sure you stay subscribed for that. And it's also rocking a RTX 3080 Founders Edition, which is my trusty old graphics card. For the rest of the specs, I'll have them linked in the description below with my Amazon affiliate links if you want to check them out. As I've said, I guess the biggest pro of a single PC setup is the convenience. I've got everything in one singular place now. So say if I just wanted to quickly edit some photos or send an email, I can just tab out my game and then just do that. It's much quicker than switching PCs, and say the moment I turned on my gaming PC, I really didn't want to do any work for the rest of the day, which I guess at some point could be considered a good thing because you've got that switch off between work and sort of gaming and such. But for me, I'm like one of these people that kind of likes to do work throughout the day sort of thing, in like little sporadic episodes, I guess. And like I said, if I wanted like a half an hour break, I could just spin up Minecraft or another game that I fancied playing at the time. Also, a big thing is, say if like one of my friends wants to speak on like Xbox party chat in the day, I can do that now as I've got Xbox Game Bar in this PC. But despite that, Xbox Game Bar is absolutely atrocious. Please, Microsoft, fix that. But I can sort of talk to friends in the day while I'm doing work, and it does help out quite a bit because it gets a bit quiet sometimes, and talking to people while you're doing your work, yes, it does take slightly longer, but it's a lot better, I'd like to say. My recording studio and my PC setup are in a very small room, so I'm not sure what I was thinking when I decided, yeah, I'll try a dual PC setup. Because on that side over there is where I've got all my test bench and all my sort of like spare hardware and such. And over here is like where the editing PC and where my gaming PC was. I had it under my desk, and even though it was a micro ATX case, it was an Asus Prime AP201 build, it still took up quite a bit of space under my desk, and I'd hit my desk chair off of it and it just felt a bit more cramped under my desk. I don't like feeling like this, so it's probably a good job that I've gone back to the single PC. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're very limited on space, a dual PC setup isn't going to cut it unless you've got like dual ITX PCs. And even then, you've got to think about cabling both of the PCs, getting a KVM switch perhaps, which I do recommend if you're running two PCs. And you've also got to think maybe you've got a second monitor, or if you've got a singular monitor setup like me, obviously you're going to have to go with the KVM. And you've also got to think about budgeting the dual PC setup. Yes, obviously two PCs is going to be more expensive than one, unless if you're making serious like performance sacrifices on each of them, which I still don't recommend, because in a way I would rather just have one powerful PC and just call it a day. Like a 13700K and an RTX 3080. Yes, it's not the most powerful gaming hardware or work hardware out there, but it certainly does what I need it to do, and I'd rather have this than two separate PCs now. Can you tell that this video hasn't been really scripted that much? I'm probably just waffling right now. So I guess what I'm trying to say is single PC setups are a lot more efficient for most people out there. You don't have to buy a second PC, which gaming PCs are kind of expensive these days, and you don't need to buy extra cables and extra gear like KVM switches and audio interfaces and that sort of stuff. As I'm always using different types of hardware for projects here on the channel and my other social media platforms, by the way, you can follow me on them if you want to, I like to have a lot of hardware free available right there and then. This gaming PC was obviously using some of that hardware, and I'd rather have it in like the box or something like that ready to go if maybe I needed to get some product photos for some RAM or a CPU cooler or something like that. It's ready to go and I can do the build pretty quickly. I guess this is a sort of minor reason as to why I stopped using a dedicated gaming PC. It's not as big as like the convenience or the saving the space, particularly under my desk, but I do like to have hardware available free for some content, I suppose. By the way, I've got a plan with the remainder of the second gaming PC. I've got a video coming out soon, so make sure you stay subscribed for that. So yeah, this is why I switched back to a single PC setup. It's just convenient, it saves space, and it frees up some hardware for some projects. And for the 99% of PC users out there, I recommend you to do the same. It's also quite a bit cheaper as well if you pay for all your PC hardware, and that's a big reason, isn't it? And you can find out why I recommend building your PC instead of buying it in a video up there. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.